I'm gonna leave my air pressure down, so that's the step I'm gonna leave, all right? All right, I'm finna start my cola test. The first step of the cola is when the governor cuts out. The needle must start working before 140 PSI. Fasten my seatbelt, which I'm not gonna do. Check for neutral, safe start. Put my air pressure down between 75 and 80, but it's already down, so I can just turn on my vehicle. All right, accelerate to 13 RPMs till my governor cuts out. Bo, tell him to get out of there!
Yeah, now he's telling that guy.
Sorry about that. All right, my governor has cut out. Primary at 125, secondary at 126. Good test. My second step is when my governor cuts in. My needle must start working before 100 PSI. Fan my brake down once. Memorize both numbers. Okay, my governor has cut in. Primary at 112, secondary at 120. Good test. My third step is my 4 to 60. I will not lose more than 4 pounds in 60 seconds. Build my air pressure to the maximum level. All right, transmission in first. Turn off my vehicle. Release my clutch. Push my gauges in. My valves. All right, my needles are stabilized. Press and hold my brake. All right, my needles are stabilized. My primary is at 94. My secondary is at 98. And my minute starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, my minute is over. My primary was at 94, still is 94, lost 0 pounds of pressure. My secondary was at 98, still is 98, I lost 0 pounds of pressure. Good test. All right, my fourth step is my low warning light. My low warning light should activate between 55 and 75 PSIs. Turn on my key, do not start. Fan my brakes down so my low warning light is activated. All right, my low warning light is activated. Primary is at 70, secondary is at 76. Bad test for my secondary. All right, my fifth step is my pop-out brakes. My brakes should activate between 20 and 45 PSIs. Fan my brakes down. Watch my valves, not my gauges. All right, both of my gauges is activated. Primary is at 28, secondary is at 34. Good test for both. Let me start it out. My sixth step, I would drive to the front no further than 15 feet at 5 miles per hour. Stop by activating my parking brake. All right, but while my air pressure build up, I'll let the examiner know that I'll begin my in-cab inspection. I'll start with my emergency equipment, which is located behind my seat. I have 3 triangle reflectors, not cracked, broke, or damaged, and ready for emergency. From there, I go behind my passenger seat for my fire extinguisher. Make sure it's properly mounted, properly rated in the green zone. Pin is in place, and no matter the color, I would change it every year. Inside that compartment right here. From there, I check my glove compartment for spare electrical fuses, make sure they're present. Check my seat belt, make sure it ain't cut or torn, and that it locks and unlocks properly, and all my nuts and bolts are tied properly and secure. From there, I go in my window, make sure it rolls up and rolls down properly, it's not cracked, broke, or damaged. Check my door, both sides, not cracked, broke, or damaged, no illegal welds, nuts and bolts are tied properly secure. Make sure my strip around is not cut or torn to prevent any leaks. I'll check my mirror and mirror brackets, both sides, not cracked, broke, or damaged, no illegal welds, nuts and bolts are tied properly and secure. Make sure my mirror is adjusted to my rear view, no illegal stickers, and the seal around it is not cut or torn to prevent any vibrations. From there, I'm gonna go on my city horn and my air horn if the motherfucker works, excuse me. Not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. I go on my mirror adjuster switch right here. Not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. I go on my windshield. Make sure my windshield is clear of view, not cracked, broke, or damaged, no illegal pits, and the seal around it is not cut or torn to prevent any leaks. I check my wiper and wiper blades, not cracked, broke, or damaged. All nuts and bolts are tied properly and secure. Make sure my blades are new. I have enough rubber to clean my window completely. From there, I check my dashboard and my instrument panel. Both not cracked, broke, or damaged. Nuts and bolts are tied properly and secure. I'll check my oil gauge. Should be between 30 and 60 when the engine is on. Check my temperature gauge. Should not be over 200 in operating range. My RPMs lets me know when to shift. My speedometer lets me know how fast I'm going. I have a fuel gauge, lets me know how much fuel I have in my tank, but I still will check with a dipstick. I have a digital display voltmeter, should read between 14 and 16 with the engine running. I have a primary and secondary air gauge. It lets me know how much air I have in each tank. From there, I'll check my trailer brake and my applied pressure gauge, both not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. My applied pressure gauge lets me know how much air has been applied to my service brake. From there, I check my cruise controls and my engine brakes, not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. Check my windshield wipers, not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. I have my exterior lights, not cracked, broke, or damaged, working properly. A filter rejuvenator switch, not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. This switch is used to clean a particular filter that needs to be cleaned. From there, I'll check my dome light and my traction control switch, both not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. I check my fifth wheel release valve, my trailer air supply, and my parking brake, not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. I check my interaction differential switch, not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. I have an AC panel, consists of 4 speeds, hot, cold, and defrost. All right, it's working. I also have a bunk override switch, not cracked, broke, or damaged, working properly. This gives the bunk permission to override the AC panel. From there, I have a mirror heater and my panel lights, both not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. This side I have a shutdown override switch and utility lamps, not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. I have a key ignition, make sure it's not bent, cracked, or damaged, proper size key for the ignition, working properly. From there, I start my steering wheel. On the 20-inch steering wheel, I should have no more than 2 inches of play. Make sure it's not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. Go on my indicators, left, right. Emergency 4-way flashers, not cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. Turn them off. Here I check my daytime lights and my high beams. Make sure they're working properly. From here I check my steering wheel tilt. Make sure it ain't cracked, broke, or damaged and working properly. Check my clutch, service brake and accelerator, make sure they're not sticking, not crack, broke, or damage. Nuts and bolts are tied properly secure. All my rubber is present. My clutch should have no more than 2 inches of play. There should be no grease, no oil, no debris to prevent accidents on the floor. Last but not least, I'll start with my stick shift. Make sure it's not sticking, not crack, broke, or damage. All nuts and bolts are tied properly and secure. Check my airline for any abrasions, bubbles, or cuts. Check my splitter, that is working properly. And my boot should not have any holes to prevent soot and poisonous fumes from entering the cab. With that, I have completed my in-cab inspection. I'll continue with step 6 of my COLA. Driving to the front no further than 15 feet at 5 miles per hour. Stop by, activate my parking brake. All right, my air pressure is already maxed out. All right, my vehicle is stopped. My parking brakes is working properly. Would you like me to bag up? That's okay. All right, my 7th step, I can put it in neutral and relax my clutch, but I don't want to. I want to get it over with fast as possible. My 7th step is I would check my brakes individually without moving my vehicle. First, I'll push in my trailer air supply so I can check my parking brake. Felt the tension. My vehicle did not move. My parking brake is working properly. Now I'll switch. All right, my vehicle did not move. My trailer air supply is working properly. My 8th and final step is I'll move to the front no further than 15 feet at 5 miles per hour and apply my service brake. Transmission in first, these both brakes. Go on my clutch just a little. Clutch back in, little brake. All right, my vehicle has stopped. My service brake is working properly. Would you like me to bag up? Just a little bit. All right, with that, I've completed my COLA inspection.
Horn mandatory.